So a little backstory that we've missed is the Joker. He's trying to get on this show, the David Endocrine talk show. And so I guess his doctor is able to get him onto the show. And this guy that he works with makes these really creepy dolls. See, and that's something that's done better in the movie is, in the book, I didn't know they were dolls. So I was like, what the hell is up with these weird kids? They're creepy. Yeah. And they're ugly. I'm sorry. But, you know, my wife and I were watching this. My wife was like, the guy that plays Joker is done by Emerson. He was on Lost. And she's like, he kind of sounds queer. And I was like, he honestly does. And I mean that in every sense of the word. Not just, you know, I mean that in every sense of the word. And what was your reply to that?
That's the way Joker's supposed to sound.
And supposed to be, you don't really know his sexuality, right?
Yeah, because if you read in the comics, like, it happens more with Robin than anyone else.
Yeah.
Like Dick. Robin. He talks all close and personal, borderline pedophile.
Right, he really does. And then he does the same thing with, like, Batgirl, too.
Yeah.
So you're like, what's up with him? You know what I mean? Like, which way do you go? But who knows, you know?
Who knows?
He's just, maybe he doesn't have a line. In fact, I think that's the whole point of Joker is there are no lines for him. He will cross any line.
He'll cross any line.
Of anything.
Yeah.
So, I also love that Batman constantly tells Robin, you know what, if you do this, you're fired. But she does stuff, and he never fires her. It's hilarious.
The funny thing is, Batman's the one that insisted to have her. Alfred's trying to go, no, we don't need any more Robins.
Right, we don't need to have another situation like Jason Todd.
Yeah.
So, which this book was written in the 80s. It came out in the 80s. So this was before they did the whole...
Oh, yeah, before Jason...
Under the Red Hood.
Yeah.
So, you know, it makes sense. But, you know what, I think it works anyways, because if you think about it, Jason Todd ends up turning bad anyway, so he's still kind of a failed Robin, sort of, you know?
Yeah.
So, either way, because they don't say he died, they just go, well, remember Jason, right?
Yeah.
Which he did die, and then he was kind of brought back and was messed up in the head. But this part's really cool when he fights the Gotham City Police Department on top of the building where Joker is at.
Yeah.
Which they went a lot deeper in the book when they did this scene, like how he beats the crap out of every single one of them. But,
the cool thing you mentioned to me was they had Conan O'Brien be the talk show host in this.
Right, he's not redheaded. It doesn't look like him. To be honest, I was so immersed in the movie that I completely forgot that it was Conan. Because I knew it was Conan because I'm a huge fan of Conan O'Brien. I try to watch him as often as I can. And he just... I heard that through his Twitter and through his Facebook and then through, you know, some other nerd sources that he was going to be the talk show host for this character. And I was like, that's really cool. Like I said, completely immersed. Didn't even know it was him. So it was really cool to be like, oh, hey, that's Conan. To remember, like, later and be like, that was really cool.
Yeah, you hear his voice, you know it's him right away.
Yeah. Which I want to mention, these police officers are horrible shots.
They are.
Like, they're shooting at Batman, and they're shooting each other with the crossfire, and they cannot hit him for crap. And this is really cool, too, to show how unique this Robin is. This is before we had Tim Drake. Because this girl's like, she seems really technologically advanced, whereas that's how he is, you know? So this is before we had him. But they don't go too heavily on it. Like, she's like, I'm going to help him, and I'm going to find a way, is more... Like, that's the thing, rather than, oh, because she doesn't go, I know technology, I can mess with this, you know?
She kind of tries, sometimes she succeeds, sometimes she fails type of thing. I like it.
And so this is Joker just being creepy as hell, you know? And then here's his doctor just being so stupid.
The doctor is so ignorant. I love how, honestly, I think the funniest part is the fact that he does kill the doctor first.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry. And
well, no. There is going to be spoilers, so if you want your spoiler-free edition, just read it, right?
Yeah.
So, but then...
This part's just
oh
so
my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! So what happens in the movie is
he takes the mug.
Joker has a mug and he asks the host, "Hey, can I keep this mug?" And the host says, "You know what? You can do whatever you want with it."
We got dozens of them.
He breaks it and shanks the doctor in the throat.
Yeah.
In the throat.
All you see is the blood
spatter all over the window.
He pretty much kills everyone in the show.
Yeah, he does just like he said he would, and
yeah.
it's really crazy how they do this. I wonder if that's really Conan O'Brien joking. I mean, laughing hysterically like that. To be honest, I would love to see the video footage of him recording that, like how he looks. I would love to see that because it would just be hilarious and awesome to see Conan doing that.
And of course, Batman isn't able to get to them.
Yeah, he's kind of screwed right now because he's surrounded by the GCPD on top of the roof of that building. And
pretty much Robin's going there to bail him out.
Yeah, she does. And
it's a good thing she does, too.
Right, because he didn't plan for that. He did not plan for it to be as hard as it was.
Yeah, I don't think he did either.
It's pretty awesome how she like completely reprograms the Batcopter too. You know, that was really cool. I think just showing their relationship, you know, how they are and stuff. And just like her lingo and stuff like that too. To me, it kind of makes sense. Like it shows her smarts of. I kind of feel like maybe she's thought about this because think about it. If someone were to steal his vehicle, they could just use his code words. Which his code word is booster. Who would think to use the boosters and say booster? Anybody.
Yeah.
But she changes the code word to something that you wouldn't even think of, right? And I'm like, that's smart because if somebody tries to steal it, they're not going to know how to use the boosters. You know, they're not going to know how to use the code words to turn it on. Any of that stuff.
I think this part right here is kind of just shocking, just because it's just weird to see Superman be such a sellout.
You're completely right. This was a very powerful scene. In fact, I kind of felt like this was a more powerful scene in the movie because behind the panels I thought, oh, he's going to help those people land safely, right? Like I've seen him do in Elites. He takes out planes like this, but then he safely lands each pilot. No, in this, he obliterates the Soviets, right?
Yeah.
He destroys their navy, and and when I saw this, I was like, Superman. This isn't, what is he doing? This isn't Superman. He's killing all those people on that carrier. What the hell? What the hell is this? You know, I was freaking out. What the hell?
Superman doesn't do that.
And I was like, this is a completely different future Superman, you know? And to be honest, I really didn't understand why they did that. I had to, but it made a lot more sense once I watched one of the extra commentaries where they said, you know, he doesn't feel burdened by the responsibility of his power because he's getting ordered by somebody who has more power than him.
Yeah.
Which is the president, you know?
So he feels like he's just doing it for his country.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
And he doesn't realize that he's just
he's kind of thrown away all his values by doing so.
Oh, this is crazy when Joker starts controlling Selina Kyle.
Right, which she got thick.
Yeah.
She's a husky lady now.
She is. It's kind of disappointing to see her all husky.
Right? You would think she would be that husky. You know what I mean? Like, a little husk? Okay, that's fine. But you know what? You don't have to totally live up to the husk life completely, you know? That was for my brother right there. So, a shout out. But, he won't watch this. But it's cool, too, to see Batman is like, you know, Joker is luring me like he always does, but I'm just gonna beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
That's the best way to handle him, is to just beat the hell out of him.
It gets kind of crazy. Joker's just doing stuff to mess. Kind of crazy. Joker's also trying to mess with Superman at the same time. Just because...
Yeah, he is.
You think about it. The whole Senator thing, that was just to rouse the poke at Superman.
Yeah, that was. I didn't actually think about that until you just said that. It really is. It really is. Because that's how.
And look at that, he's got the American flag and everything.
Yeah, this senator's all drugged and he's draped in the American flag, which is practically Superman's colors, you know? Yeah. I thought, okay, this guy falls, and I thought, yeah, it's fine, Superman's gonna catch him. Did he catch him?
No.
And what happens to him? Splat! Wow. Splat! And I'm like, what the hell, man?
A naked man falls and dies.
Batman would shoot a net of some kind that would catch him, or the police would be prepared for something like that. Nobody. He just splat. He's dead. And I'm like...
Here's Batman doing his disguises again.
Yes! Oh, I love this! I love this because it's so classic Batman, like you said. With him using disguises. It's so cool.
Yeah, and now the police are having... He's going back to the retro to throw off the police because they don't expect it.
They don't. It's really cool. He's really going back to, like, his origins, you know? I really love that in this movie. Oh, this part's great because they find out that it was one of Selina Kyle's escorts, and they go to find out what's going on with her.
Yeah.
I guess. And she's dressed as Wonder Woman, which is, like I said, just part of Joker's sick, sadistic mind. But it's crazy because
he kisses her.
He lays one. He's macking on her, and we're like, oh yeah, he has a thing for the husky ladies, huh? Which we always knew he had a thing for Selina Kyle, but I mean, now we know.
Great. Robin finally uses some detective skills to go.
Yes, that was really cool too. Yeah, to be like she's learning because when they show her in part 1, she is amateur hour like hell, right?
Yeah.
She like
wonder how she even got the suit.
Yeah, she bought it. She bought it. It was like a fake suit, but it was cool. One thing that I kind of missed in this movie that they did in the books is when you see Robin run away with Batman when they figure out that he has a sidekick. They go, you know what? You can add child endangerment to his record or to his things.
Oh, they should have. That would have been good.
And I'm like, why didn't they say that? That was a really great line. Which another thing too is this part that they just showed. That wasn't in the movie where she almost falls to her death and he saves her and he just says "good soldier" over and over to her while like she hugs him. You know?
Yeah.
That was a great moment. Which that wasn't in the books and it was a great moment.